my channel. I wanted to let y'all know a few things that I will start posting on my channel. I already have a cooking YouTube channel. It is Phyllis the Chef, and I will go ahead and start updating recipes on that, so look forward to that. I'm actually making a recipe tonight that I'm going to record for y'all, so look out for that in the next day or so once I remember how to edit and whatnot. The other thing is I'm going to be having a channel for my products that I have been starting for the last couple years, that I kind of shied away from my cooking YouTube channels to now doing this. So I'm going to show you this, which is my binder here, and this is the name of my stuff that I'm doing. It's all homemade stuff with natural ingredients, and it has essential oils that I have been using, organic 100% purified essential oils. So look out for that. I will be posting those videos. I just made actually a recipe of the bath bombs that I have done, so I will also put up together the video of that soon and upload that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add it to the cooking channel that I have already, or if I'm going to go ahead and put up another channel that I have, one or the other. So feel free to stay tuned, and I look forward to hearing all your replies and wonderful comments as y'all watch my videos, and enjoy and have a great day. Going to put this camera on my somewhat makeshift stand so I can use two hands, because I've got to chop up some vegetables and my meat. So here is my vegetables. I've got two carrots, yellow zucchini, green zucchini, and then I have my meat that I'm going to be filling in with these vegetables inside this and rolling it up and then putting it in a pan. So let's get started. Alright, so I am back. So I will actually be cutting up these zucchini and squash up in little bitty slivers, because they're going to be going inside the steak here that I have. So let's see how well these are. So they're about yay big. So I will actually cut these again in halves, just so they're tinier and they can fit. And I'm going to put them over here on my plate so I can grab them a little easier. Then I will finish cutting this one up, then I'll do the yellow, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the carrots as well with that. I probably should have grabbed a different knife, but that's okay. Just different, whichever knife feels more comfortable for your hands. But I like this knife that I'm using, so. Alright, so that's the yellow one. I used about half of it, as you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead and use about half of the yellow squash as well. So let me put these two aside and cut this one up in half. And continue the same process. But I also recently have been working at a restaurant as well. So that's partly why I haven't been doing my personal channels here at home, just because of being more busy with work. So hopefully I'll start doing this on a more regular basis now that I'm able to have a little bit of extra time on my hands. So hopefully everyone will enjoy all these videos. I'm kind of making this up as I go. Actually, there's really no recipe for it. I just thought, hey, what a cool idea. And I figured, hey, why not try it? Alright, so this is the squash and the zucchini. So now I'm going to go ahead and go with the orange carrot. That's going to be a little tougher to do, just because, of course, it's harder. It's not as soft. So let's see how this goes. But again, y'all can use whichever knife y'all prefer. I just like this one, but I think actually for the carrots, I may go ahead and choose my bigger knife. Which I have this knife, my butcher knife, which is 10 times easier to use. Alright, so I'm going to also sprinkle these vegetables with a little bit of seasoning, just because I don't want them to be super bland inside and not have any flavors, which of course you never want food to be bland. You always want it to have such a great flavor in all your dishes. Alright, so let's go on with this one. And then the last one I'm going to be cutting up is this little yellow carrot as well. Which I bought these actually all at the farmer's market. I actually just went down with one of my friends just yesterday actually. So that was a lot of fun. I've been out here in California for almost 6 years and I've never been to a farmer's market with my husband. So I decided, well, I'll go ahead and go with my friend. She's going, so I gave it a try, and it was pretty good. Alright, so now that I have all of these chopped up, I'm actually going to spread them out a little bit and then sprinkle them with what I have is a Nature's seasoning blend. You can buy it pretty much at any store. It's like salt, pepper, parsley, celery, garlic, onions, pretty much all in all kind of seasoning. So I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle them just so they all have a little bit of texture and flavors. I'm gonna turn these around. Alrighty, so that's pretty good. So now what I'm gonna attempt to do is see if I can do this as well. So let me scoot this over. I'm gonna bring up my meat here, and I have a Montreal steak seasoning that I have had, and it pretty much is salt, spices, pepper, garlic, sunflower oil, and paprika. So I will normally sprinkle this on our meat just to help give that also a flavor. It's more coarse actually, so it's not as fine, but I usually just flip them over and then continue seasoning them as I go, just so that everything is all seasoned really well, front and back. Because if you have one side that's not seasoned and the other side is seasoned, you're kind of losing your flavor here. So I just coat everything really good. As you can see here. Then the last one is here. Alright, so now I am going to, I have a pan over here actually that I need to spray with some cooking oil so I can wrap these up. So what I'm going to do here, just so y'all can see, is so I have my meat here laid out. So I'm going to take a few of these zucchini and squash, and then some carrots mixed in everything with it. So it's kind of like your vegetables with your meat, but all like pushed together. So that was pretty neat idea I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to sit here and roll it the best that you can, and then wrap this one up over it. So it's kind of like this. And I'm just going to let these sit here and wrap them all up, and then toward the end I will go ahead and I have some toothpicks that I'm going to just like stick together right here, so it'll help keep it together while we are putting it on our pan to bake. So that's one. So I'm going to continue doing all these. I probably cut up maybe a little bit too much vegetables, but that's alright. I can always saute them with my other vegetables that I usually have on hand. So I've got some sauteed green beans that I'm going to do in just a little bit as well, and I can just add this to the mix if I have extras, which it looks like I might. Just kind of putting them up here, so it looks pretty neat actually. Kind of a cool idea I figured I might try, just so it could all be together. It's a pretty neat idea. Just adding my carrots. You gotta have your meat long ways and then put your vegetables all in the opposite direction, just so that when you're cooking them, it just looks prettier that way actually. But when you're cooking them also, that way you can roll it up and it sticks out on the ends and looks more unique that way. So I have 3 done and I have 3 more to go. Adding my carrots. I don't quite have enough orange carrots, so I'm going to make do with the yellow ones. Just wrap it up good and tight in here and then roll it over so you have the top up here, so when you're putting your toothpicks in to help hold it together, it will be held together without falling apart while you're cooking in your oven. So actually I have my oven preheated to 350, or on its way to being preheated to 350, so that once I have all this ready, it just goes right in and it cooks for, of course I've never done this again, so I'm gonna give it about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes max, just until you see that the meat is all cooked, and everything is all, nothing's raw, because that's the last thing we want, is for our meat to be raw. So this is the last one. Oh good, I do have enough red orange carrots here actually. This one's a little bit less, but hey, see, it works. And I don't really have that much vegetables, but I just have a few pieces here actually. Alrighty. So now that this is all rolled up, so see, I have 6 of these, so let me wash my hands. Because we don't want to handle other things when we have raw meat on our hands, because that's the last thing to have germs and all these other things going on with this. We don't want that to happen either. Alright, so I have my toothpicks here that I'm just going to use. I basically will just go ahead and take a few out here, so I'm not touching everything. But you want to, I'm not quite sure, I've never done it, so I'm gonna go in sideways like this. Just kind of go through the meat like that with just one little stab, just to help keep the 2 pieces together while it's cooking. So I'm gonna do all these, and then I'm going to again wash my hands and then spray my pan together, and we shall see how this works. Looks kind of like a cute appetizer. So it could actually technically be, because it's just meat with vegetables, and you can have any sauce if you want, or you can eat it just like this, or however you wish. I haven't quite thought that far ahead, so I might just keep it like this and maybe have like some ranch sauce or something on the side, to dip the meat and vegetables in as we eat it. Just like a cute little idea. I kind of thought I might give a try and hope it turns out kind of like what I'm hoping for. So we shall see on that. There we go. One more here to do. Alright, so let me wash, and then I am going to put spray this pan here so we can go ahead and put everything on there. Because we don't want anything left on our hands, if we have nails on our nails, any of that. I'll just use the same towel I was drying with a minute ago. Alright, so what I actually have for my pan here that I'm going to spray with is some actual canola oil spray here that I buy at Costco. So I will give that a try here. We're just spraying it enough that it's not going to have everything like sticking to it. We don't want that. Alright, so let's place these on our pan here. Kind of space them out evenly. And let's pop them in the oven. Alright, so now that these are in the oven, as you can see here, I have them in the oven, so they're going to cook for, I'm going to set my timer here for, let's say 20 minutes just to start with. And see, 20 minutes, and we will go from there. See you soon. And welcome back. So I finished cutting up the rest of my squash and zucchini here. So I'm going to go ahead and add it in my seasoned pan. Yes, I did wash my knife off, don't worry. So I will do that. And then I'm going to add my green beans here that I had just rinsed off that I got. They're all organic, and just kind of cut them in semi-bite-sized pieces just so we're not having to have green beans halfway sticking out your mouth when you're eating. So kind of like little pieces like this. Just kind of toss them in the pan with me. I may go ahead and add a couple more carrots just because that's kind of what my theme of vegetables are. Carrots, beans, and some squash and zucchini. What zucchini is, and if people aren't aware of what zucchini is, it's another form and another same line as the yellow squash. It's just green. That's really the only difference. So as I'm cutting these here, I'll just get another handful probably. And go ahead and do that. There's a couple that are kind of bad already in here, it looks like. We don't want those, so let's toss those there so I can throw those out a little bit. Alright. So I might actually cook like a side of rice, or I'm thinking possibly a little bit of my potatoes. I have an onion I'm going to add in this mixture here as well. So far my it consists of the zucchini here, the green beans here. I'm going to add a little bit of carrots just for color, the orange carrots, and I'm going to add a little bit of other seasonings here, so bear with me as I walk over to my fridge and grab the carrots out. I'm going to rinse these two off with my brush I have for my carrots actually, because I couldn't find another brush, so I just used this one. Alright, so let's cut the ends off of these. Then I'm just going to slice them up like I just previously did for the meat wrap that I'm doing. So just in small little pieces here. Just so everything pretty much tonight is just bite-sized pieces about yay big, which isn't too bad. So let me add these in here. That one might actually be a little bigger, so let me cut this, there we go, in half. And then I'm going to add some onion, or a part of an onion. I'm going to add maybe some fresh garlic cloves to this, just to help give everything more flavors. I'm not quite sure though if I want to make like a sauce or something to go over all this, but it depends on if I decided, which I still haven't figured out, if I'm going to make the rice or my potatoes. So once I cut this up, I will decide by that point which I would prefer to do. Just since it's vegetables, meat, you may want a little bit of like maybe bread, some toast, or like I'm saying, a little bit of starch in your diet, but the healthy kinds. Alrighty, I will go ahead and cut the other half of this one up just to help finish giving it that orangey, lovely texture to the pan. as you can see, this is all mixed up. I'm going to add a little bit more. Rinse my hands off. I'm going to add a little bit more of this nature seasoning that I was talking about to my green beans and carrots here now that everything's in my pan, just so nothing is ever bland. Because one of the things that I strive for is never have your food bland. So let's bring this over. Let me bring you guys with me if I can. Prop it over here. Bring this to the stove. So hold on just a minute as I set up my camera over here to make it easier. Alright, now I am back. Actually, I just turned this on medium-high heat. I'm gonna grab my little spatula here. Just kind of stir everything in, kind of get it well coated. There is a little bit of oil in here, but I think I may need... Oh, there's my oven preheated for my meat down below. So let me make sure that's on good, and I will actually put a lid on this one just so that it can help heat up quicker. Or never mind, because I can't find my lid right now and I'm not gonna try to search for it. So, oh, let me add a little bit of more olive oil here. Actually, no, this is grapeseed oil. I forget about that. Looks like I need to refill it. Alright, so while this cooks here, I'm going to add a little bit of my garlic here that's in the refrigerator. And I decided against actually the onion just because that'll seem kind of at least funny to me. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the garlic juice here, and it's about a teaspoon, a little more of the actual garlic, and I'm using the minced garlic here. Again, I usually buy it at Costco. Everything, most of my stuff is Costco, Israelis. Just depends on what location y'all are at. Y'all can buy some of these ingredients as well. So I'm just sitting here stirring this up. Gonna get everything cooked. That meat smells really good. It's starting to cook in there. A little bit of steaks. As long as the steaks are done, I think we're good, because you don't want the vegetables inside to be like mush, but you don't want them to be like super crunchy either. So that's why I kind of gave it like a 20-minute, and we're around 8 minutes left here. So I believe I have a rice cooker that's actually behind this camera. I'm going to actually turn it on. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the rice. Here's all my herbal teas that I'm trying out. Not necessarily herbal, but some teas. Alright, so I am actually making my rice, this jasmine brown rice. So I have my rice cooker set up right here with the lid. So I'm going to take, like, this is 3/4 cup measurement. I'm just going to fill it up all the way to the top. Dump it in there. Add a couple cups of water. And then let it go. So let me switch you back over here to the pan sauteed vegetables here. You can watch them cook. Well, my vegetables I just turned off. It's still kind of hot, but they're ready to go. My meat has less than a minute, so come with me and we will check to see how everything is going in there. That looks really good. I believe it's probably done. And I'll leave it in for 45 seconds. Go ahead and turn my oven off. My rice is actually in the pot because it's not going to be done in time if I didn't put it in there. I should have started the rice first, but alright, I will show you the final touches. And welcome back to my channel. So I just pulled out my meat. Here, let me bring it around for you. I just pulled out my meat here. Doesn't that look wonderful? See, if I get closer here, You can see the vegetables that are just so cooked in there. The meat actually isn't really harsh, which is good. I have my rice here in the pan. I just got it drained. I just turned it off. And then I have my, found the lid, my vegetables. Doesn't that look so good? Now, let me go ahead and put all this on the dinner plate, and I will be right back. Welcome back. So now let me show you the final touches. So this here is our meat. Oh, that's my timer. And the rice and our vegetables. Enjoy. Hope you had a great time viewing this, and I hope it turns out with you just as much as it did with me.